Hi there, it's Emily again. Thanks so much for joining me in another video. You'll notice today I have a different setup, and that's because I have a different type of message today. I want to talk a little bit about what it is to be an entrepreneur for me. As an entrepreneur, I notice on social media there's this big message of always being on the grind 24/7. You know, it's hashtag team no sleep. It's work hard until your haters want to work for you. I've learned in these past several years that that's just not who I am. I'm not the kind of person that can work 24/7. Honestly, it's just not healthy for my mental and physical well-being, and I've just accepted it. Now, you can ask any one of my friends and family. They know that I've had to say no to a lot of things when it comes to gatherings and parties and get-togethers. They get it. They know that I have a business and there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But I do make time for my friends, my family, and to take a break so that when I do come back to work, I am emotionally and mentally clear and sharp. Now, some things I do to disconnect: I'll watch a movie. Love watching movies with my family. We're huge movie buffs. We went to see Black Panther and we dressed up for it, which was really cool. We're also huge Stranger Things fans. So for the second season, we had a costume premiere party, which was a lot of fun. I mean, talk about disconnecting and just dressing up and being silly. And sometimes this is gonna sound really weird. I'll just lay on my bed and do nothing. I'm not sleeping. I'm just laying there with my eyes closed doing nothing. I guess it's kind of like a meditation, but it feels so good. So I'll do that in the middle of the day if it's going really crazy. I just need to disconnect and just lay there. And a lot of times it works. And sometimes I fall asleep and I have a good nap and then I get up and I go back to work. It is what it is. Now, there are 3 books that helped me with this concept, and I want to pass them on to you. The first one is The Happiness Advantage by Shawn. I loved that book because it talks about enjoying the journey to success as opposed to being focused on one end goal that you miss out on all the experiences that take you to that end goal. Being happy now is what will lead you to success as opposed to waiting to reach that goal to be happy. Very, very important. The next one is Deep Work by Newport. And this is kind of like a follow-up to his other book, So Good That They Can't Ignore You, which is also really, really good. But Deep Work talks about being able to disconnect entirely and be focused on your work. And the whole idea behind that is if you cut off all distractions and focus on one thing, you'd be amazed at how much work you can get done in a shorter amount of time, as opposed to trying to check your email and write that script and write that book and work on the social media posts, doing all those things as opposed to just focusing on one thing and that one thing alone. The last book I want to recommend to you, you'll have to pardon the title. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a by Manson. I have to tell you, there's some really good stuff. I mean, Manson has written a phenomenal book about how we as a society care too much about what's happening on social media and how we compare to other people, as opposed to disconnecting from that and focusing on what are we committed to? How are we helping other people? How are we enriching the relationships that we have in our lives? As opposed to being on the grind to be important and to have more likes and more followers and all those things on social media that really, at the end of the day, don't enrich the relationships that we have in our lives. So whether the title offends you or not, I can tell you that the content of the book is absolutely amazing. So you should check it out. I want to know what you think about taking a break when it comes to that entrepreneur life. Do you have a set schedule where you work certain days a week and then you have 1 or 2 days off where you relax, or maybe it's not even a day, maybe you just take a few hours? Let me know how you handle the stress and the workload of being self-employed, of being an entrepreneur, and how you combat that. I really want to know. Maybe you have some tips for me. Maybe something better than me just laying on the bed with my eyes closed, because I don't know. I don't even know how I started doing that, but it's really bizarre. But let me tell you something, it works. It works to do nothing for a few minutes. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. Have a great day. I'll see you in front of the camera.